You got some briskets?
Oh, oh. I'm gonna take over. Oh, it ticked over. All right, you ready? You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Hello and welcome to the NeosCast, your bi-weekly dose of everything Neos. This week marks episode 1 of the cast, and we're going to be starting off with some basic introductions. So really, the cast is just about talking about Neos, talking about VR, getting a weekly insight into what's going on. We're going to be doing these on Wednesdays as well. There can be more casual gaming ones. So we'll start off with my introduction. I'm Coffee. I'm one of the developers for Neos. I work on scripting and some graphical stuff. But my passion really lies with, working on in-game things. I like to work on logical creations and experiences within VR and Neos in particular. That's pretty much where I stand, and I'll get into that a bit more in a moment. But, yeah.
Hello, I'm Veer. I'm Neos VR's Chief of Moderation. I came into Neos and I just started learning how to make virtual little worlds in here. I love creating little relaxing and otherwise healing environments. That's why I put together Viridian Island, a sleepy floating island, and lots of trees in it. Let's see.
Lots of trees.
So, yeah, lots of trees. Should we go on to Bob?
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah. I'm Bobotron. I'm just your average gamer. The reason why I'm here is because Neos is next gen. I thoroughly enjoyed Neos. Neos is actually one of the first social games that I've ever actually enjoyed and put a lot of time into. So far, I've put in 550 hours in the last 3 months, which is absolutely insane. But I do YouTube and I put a lot of Neos content in my YouTube videos because Neos is the only game which is as advanced as you can get it in terms of in-world, in VR building, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And I think it should be shared out and put up more often.
Absolutely. There we go. So this is probably one of the main weekly casts that we do on Sundays. And I think basically because Veer's going to be moving over the weekly updates for Neos to Sundays, and Veer's sort of in charge of the whole weekly update stuff, manages a lot of that stuff. So I think that's what we'll start with today, is just going over the weekly updates, see what's coming, see what's happened in the past week. And then from there, we can move into the topic.
Wonderful. So, as we know, the UIX is finally released, and that's the backbone of the major UI overhaul. So, visually, we're not going to see too many differences yet, but this is building up the way that we're going to be actually fleshing out the new UI pieces, basically, what we're going to be seeing in the next month or so. The entirety of Unity is pretty much stripped out from what we were using before. And what this means is now we're actually going to be able to open up multiple inspectors and worlds and not actually lag whenever that occurs. And that's already a wonderful thing, because I know a lot of us like to manipulate and mess with our avatars and try to add on to them and stuff like that when we're talking to friends. If multiple people were doing that before, it would just drop the frame rate down to about 14 or 15 for me. I know that. Now, it doesn't seem to cause any sort of frame rate issues, and I'm on a very basic graphics card and processor combination for VR.
Yeah,
so it's helped me significantly.
The entire thing's running on separate threads. It's not just distributed to another thread; it's distributed to many other threads. And from what Fruks told me, it's doing it in chunks of the UI, which is really cool.
Yeah, I was building in a session earlier and we had about must have been 10 people inside there, all with inspectors open, and there was no noticeable lag, which is absolutely mind-blowing and so much better from what Neos used to be. The UI updates has already made Neos something better.
New users are not going to know the pain of the old UI. It made working on big things. A few months ago, we were working on we had hundreds of trees in a scene, and we had them all set to not have colliders because of the tool we were using to place them. So we had to go through them individually, all many hundreds of them, 600 I think it was, and enable colliders manually and drag it over. And using those UI panels with that many objects was just painful. Luckily, I got help from a few others. My thumb actually got a a sore on it because of my finger got a sore on it because of how much I was working. I was like, hey Turk, what's up? But is that all the updates? Or
let me go through here and take a look, see if there's anything else that we should mention.
we appreciate your efforts with the painful. Yeah, Frooks has been doing most of the rework. I'm going to be working on the actual overhaul now with him, hopefully.
Well, one thing I definitely wanted to mention, there are certain kinds of bugs that are appearing, but Frooks is diligently working on fixing those, and a lot of them are disappearing daily, if not multiple times a day. So, if you guys see any new bugs with the new UIX, please submit them to Frooksius. And we'll need logs if something's crashing you, that kind of stuff. But yeah, other than that, it's mostly been just the UIX overhaul currently that has been released.
And saying only kind of makes it sound like it's a small thing. This has been in production for months.
It's big.
Brooks was working non-stop. We've hardly seen him. I think there's only one major one left with UI becoming blank. Yeah, that's one of the things is the UI won't load, and then you've got to either restart your game or delete the UI and let it regenerate, but sometimes that doesn't even work. But that's alright.
So far, I haven't even had that though, so I think it might be a rare bug.
I don't know.
To happen?
I think someone was saying that they noticed it more in low performance worlds, so it might just be down to performance and maybe getting clogged up. I don't know. Friggs will be able to work through that in time. I swear I've forgotten what he looks like.
Yeah, right.
Before we start collecting rare bugs. Rare bug collections, yes. The ancient bug from way back in the days. He's the other one back. He's a mango.
He is a mango.
Unrelated to performance. It's because of the formatting VR. I don't know what that is, but in the world, the session name. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Line break tag. I guess that makes sense actually.
Champagne mango.
Champagne mango. That sounds exotic. Break
And bubbly.
So, not a normal mango. Absolutely, we ain't got no normal mangoes around it. That's preposterous. But anyway, now that we've got ourselves introduced, as I said before, me and Veer, we're a part of the team. We like to, we work on basically the core forward progression of Neos, but that wouldn't be anywhere. We would have nothing without a community. I was a part of the community before I joined the team back in. I thought it was February, but I guess now I've verified that it's actually March that I joined. I can't remember though. In 2019. But I was a part of the community. I built things for the community, and then I went ahead and I pushed it further, and I kept trying to get on the team for a while, and eventually, with enough passion, I put in thousands of hours into Neo. So I'm up to 5,500 now, which is something I love to brag about. But yeah, Neos is a home for me. I sleep here, I eat here, I do everything here. I love this place. I can't get enough of it. Happy 1 year anniversary. Yeah, right. It's come. I mean, I thought it was exactly a 1 year a while ago, but it turns out I don't think it soon. Very soon it'll be my 1 year anniversary. 12th of March at 9 PM, I believe. But we do have a topic to talk about today, and that is self-expression inside of Neos and inside of VR in general, and what VR enables for that kind of thing, like self-expression. And I mean, just from what we've got here. We've got some very self-expressive, avatars and
self-expression.
Whoa.
There you go.
Yes.
So good.
You're gonna have a Neos B-Day, absolutely. I wonder when my Neos B-Day is. Yeah, check on the website. If you go onto the Neos website, you can log in and see when your account was created. It's where I found out that I was lying to myself. But yeah, so for me, self-expression is down to the real-time element of Neos. In Neos, you can do anything in real time. You can create, and I made this avatar by just plunking down some things and then building the avatar and adding components to it over time. the expressions that I can do that I customize in Blender and then bring into Neos like instantaneously. It's maddening, like the amount of expression you get in here. And this birthday party.
I mean,
Exactly.
just have a look
So
at
much
Via. I
expression.
mean, what
This
has
is
that?
the kind of power you
Like-
get. What would it be? Cake?
Oh.
I do like coffee cake. One that
Coffee does
triggers
love his
on a
coffee cake.
person's newest birthday. Oh wait, sorry, did I miss it? Maybe I should add another badge, like Reddit's cake day. Like a temporary one-day thing. That would actually be really cool if we could like
Yeah,
set up the
that'd be
newest
cute.
birthday, and you just have like, I don't know, put a mango with a candle. There you go.
A mango with a candle.
There you go, mango day.
Beautiful.
But yeah, the UI overhaul is going to be a big thing with like self-expression. Wait, I've already been live for half an hour. Blimey. Oh, all right. Yeah. So, sorry, I'm just caught off guard by that. Yeah, no, like self-expression is a huge thing, especially with the UI. So the UI, the idea, and Fuchs can correct me on this because he's here. So hey. You can customize the UI essentially. You'll be able to set your own themes, set your own icons, set your own font, do anything you want, and that's super cool because fonts don't only define the characters and the language, but like the feeling of a UI, right? If you have a sharp, harsh font, then it's a different feeling to something that's elegant and cursive. Which that's just like one of the biggest things is like the font integration that Neos has, and sorry, the font support that Neos has that Fuchs worked on. So, like, before we had this we were using, like, Unity's text system, but it was kind of bad because it was, like, updating whenever there was a slight change, and it caused major lag. Like, every update, it would be checking and updating changes. But now with, like, the new system that Fuchs worked on a few months ago, it's like, seamless. You can drag in fonts and instantly load them. It's a lot easier to work with compared to before where you had to like switch things out manually. Text Mesh Pro, yeah. Better be in no cursive UI. I can't read that. Yeah, I can't read cursive at all. It needs to be pre-generated. It needs to be pre-generated all the glyphs, so you can't really just change the font or use symbols. They aren't pre-generated.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, well, fair enough. But yeah, with like the UI in particular, I don't actually know exactly how it's going to work, if it's just themes, or if you can actually define your own panels, like you can define your own keyboard. I'm unsure. I don't know how it all works. I haven't got much insight, but Fuchs is here, so any questions you can ask him in the chat. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, check the comments or the description for the Discord. You can join there. And in the Discord, you've got access to the FAQ, I believe. I don't think that has anything in it yet, but soon.
I think it's also important to note that we're still currently also designing the new user interface.
Yeah.
So things might change. If we announce something, it might or might not be the way that it's been announced in the future.
Exactly. So really, when we're talking about self-expression, we're talking about the real time. Like really, like self-expression is down to the embodiment that you feel, what you feel like you are when you're in VR, and what you feel like you are is so much different to real life. I mean, we've got a prime example right here. I don't like the example, but it is a prime example of
Oh, hell yeah, man.
an embodiment of something different.
Something, right?
Yeah. You wouldn't just be able to walk around like this in real life.
No, I mean, you get pulled over and the FBI would show up.
The inspector is one of my worlds is now in Farron. Going to have fun reading that. Yes, so Farron is like a font that I made that changes out all the glyphs for their own glyphs of like a species that I built. So it's like learning to be like involved in a culture that's completely made up, which is fun. I like that. I'm thinking that a lot of the common things like colors, fonts, sizes, sprites, graphics will be swappable. So you define your own set and everything. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Then you can just build your own widgets to do whatever you want with the... Oh, widgets, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a perfect way to express. I mean, good. Anyway, right, so on top of like UI self-expression though, like as I was saying with the avatars, it really goes further though. In VR, you're not just a person moving arms, you are seeing a 3D stereoscopic world, and you know that's an environment that you can adjust to your liking. We can change the material of these walls if we liked to be something different, and in fact, just to show that, I'll go ahead and spawn out one of my materials and a material tooltip.
I'm not sure you can zap these walls.
Oh yeah, because I'll just do the desk.
Yeah, but you can zap this one over here. There.
Yeah, which one? Oh, you mean the one behind us here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that one then. Yeah, I've got some nice rich. Oh, I've already got material gone on it. All right. Bam! New material. Now we've got a wooden panel behind us instead.
Lovely.
And then
Exactly.
you can resize it quite easily, and then
Yeah.
you can lock
You can even
items so
put
you
a-
can't pick it up, unlock, pick them up.
It's Dante. Dante.
Dante.
Well, I think my chat is broken.
Should make Bob Wood. You know.
You know what? You can, man.
You're absolutely right.
Just check. I mean, self-expression.
Self-expression, exactly. that's what it's all about. Roleplay.
I think I've just become more slug than I've ever been.
Absolutely.
But yeah, something that's amazing about like self-expression is just simply you're able to create your own character. And you can, in VR, you can live out your character as you see fit, or you can actually just have your character basically be you and everything that you do and your personality. It's wonderful.
I just changed my name. Oh, wait. How long have you been here, Dante? Have you been under a different name? Can't tell. 'Cause I don't know anyone else in the chat. Everyone else looks like someone we know.
Oh no, Dante Parrott. He just changed his name.
Oh, okay. He was called Dante, and he just changed it to a different Dante.
Yeah.
You're a different species on every platform. I don't know. Dante's always going to be a cow to me.
There you go. Self-expression. I mean, I just proved right now
Coffee.
that you can.
Coffee.
It's one of the things you can do.
Exactly. You can switch out your name.
I mean,
Yeah.
easy. Anything.
Absolutely. So, with the environments and stuff, like this is something I've worked on, like especially with the worlds. I mean, Veer has built. The camera switched. Veer has built like worlds with tons of detail and tons of like minor things that just. It doesn't really take that long. It looks so impressive, but it's done so quickly, and it's just because of the tools that we have available here. I built this similar things. Like I built a 2-kilometer high mountain that will be going through in one of our future podcasts, probably on one of the Sundays, so that I can be around. But that thing takes like an hour to climb, and it was made in a matter of I don't know, hours. Like it was 2-3 hours maybe. And it's all down to like even the functionality. Like you have ice picks network that you can like climb up and pull yourself up, and that's all done with like the Logic's visual scripting in Neos. Aegis is now following. Thanks, Aegis.
Aegis, thank you.
Aegis is another one of the developers. He's one of the graphical artists. Thanks for the follow, Dante. Thanks for the follow, Lucas. Thanks for the follow,
Jeepers, everyone's following now.
Thanks for the
Ingenious.
Thanks for the follow, Hayden. That's a lot of
Follow
follows.
wave.
Oh, it's Sergeant
keep
Sanders!
growing.
It's Sergeant Sanders! Oh my goodness, let's talk about Sergeant Sanders. Sergeant Sanders is the reason that I wanted to build an expansive world in VR. He's the reason I'm in Neos today. He's the reason I'm even doing what I'm doing. I met him in VR chat, funny enough, and you know, that's where my true passion for a VR experience and living in VR really started to grow. You know, I felt a sense of family with Sanders, and that's just extended to so many people, including these two right here. Trying to figure out Mixer. Mixer is like a little bit different from Twitch. It's I don't know. It's like it's different, so I got to get used to it. I lost access to my Twitch, so thanks for the follow, Mr. Mechatronic.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Who's he following? Ooh.
Ah.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
It's got happy feet, dude.
Absolutely. Bob's got happy feet. His legs are going wild. Oh yeah. Okay. These chairs still got things on them. What?
They shouldn't have colliders on them.
Buzzing out pretty
I'm
hard.
pretty sure I changed that at some point. I don't know.
So I want to ask real quick, as it is like episode 1, how is the co-streaming? That's what we want to use Mixer for. Basically, like, you know, the two streams at once, having two angles. I think Bob's got his over there.
Yeah, I got my camera over there.
Seems to be working. How's it feel? Because like we're both streaming separately right now. It's cool.
Yeah.
Although they're a bit out of sync for me. Well, yeah, that's, you know, different net speeds.
Yeah. Also, other sides of the world, quite literally.
Mine broke. Don't have enough bandwidth. Oh, okay. Well, you can actually close like the ones that you aren't watching, so that you aren't taking a bandwidth there. This is interesting. Yeah, I really like it. It's why I'm using Mixer, because it's like perfect for like the podcast. I think it's going to be especially awesome. Like when we're in an exploration world, like the mountain, for example, we'll have multiple perspectives. I think that'll be really fun. You can watch the mischievous things that others are doing. Pretty smooth feature. Yeah, I love it. I'm on mobile and have audio only to save battery. They can't play anything. Background. That's fair enough. I mean, yeah, I mean, there you go, audio only, as long as it's working out with audio as well. I think that's why we got to like read out the chat as well, because not everyone can see it. Can't wait to model with streaming. Model while streaming with shenanigans happening in Neos on a co-stream. Yeah, that's a good point. Aegis likes to use Neos as like a face cam and environment while he's working on stuff on his desktop, and I think that's like one of the best ways you can use Neos, because it's like, you know, you have the self-expression as alongside the freedom and power of so many other tools at once while you're streaming. It's like, I think that's one of the most powerful things about streaming in particular, not even VR directly, but you know, the combination of the two, the ways that you can combine. You know what? Yeah, I think that's what we want to do eventually, is have like two co-streams set up where there's some people in a group and others in a group, and you've got these two streams working against each other on something. I think that's going to be quite fun. We'll have like maybe some Huntsman games and stuff like that going. Once people make stuff, we can. I think who was working on the chess? I can't remember who was working on the chess. Someone was working on like a chess thing in here. And
Kalash.
Kalash, yeah. Kalash is a part of the crew, so that'd be fun as well. Like a stream dedicated to just 1v1 me and chess. Prop hunt would be good. Prop hunt? I haven't seen that. Is that a thing? Where'd it go?
What?
Is that a thing?
Wait, hold on. Danny is now following. Hold on. Here we go. I have to sign to him. I can barely hear from my phone on full blast. Definitely won't be able to hear with the rides going. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Hayden's working in a theme park, I believe. A moving theme park that goes around different places, which is exciting.
That's pretty cool.
Follow Raycats. Let's see. How do we? I don't remember how to. It's this, right? Thank you. Yeah, I got it.
One thing I wanted to mention, prop hunt. You didn't know about the prop hunt?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Someone actually made prop hunt in here. It's different from the typical prop hunt where you've got guns and you're shooting at props when you find them. Wait, do you know what the basis of prop hunt is?
I sort of understand. I know that people turn into things, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's like hide and seek. You have players that turn into props and hide in the corners and all that, and you have other players who are going around and trying to find these props. And when you shoot one, when you find one, you try to kill it.
Okay, so
we have a version of that in here that's all about magic and magicians running around shooting little magical
made
props. I think it was a Creator Jam thing.
Creator Jam. Oh well, that's gonna be awesome.
Hey, so while talking about Creator Jams with the new UI update is going to be so much better now. It's going to be
absolutely.
so smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, thanks for the follow, Canadian Gear. It's so much fun, Fruit says. Yeah, it was made in a Creator Jam. Okay, that's awesome. I wanna do that then, like during one of these podcasts. Maybe we'll do that on like the Wednesdays. The Wednesdays are gonna be like the gaming ones. Mainly because I can't really be loud on Wednesdays because it's gonna be later at night for me. Next is streaming the Creator Jam now. Oh really? The Creator Jam's going on now? Is it on Sundays?
Yeah, actually, it is on Sundays.
Oh well, rip.
We might have to adjust the timing for this.
Yeah, I mean we're still loose with that, so you know.
Yeah.
I don't really want to move it on to Mondays though. Maybe we can do it earlier in the day.
Yeah, earlier in the day is fine.
Move it to like.
And this is only going to be like an hour-long podcast usually.
Yeah, exactly. So you know we're about halfway through right now, so we've got another 30 minutes to go. It doesn't have to last exactly an hour, but you know we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, Creator Jams are some of the coolest things. And actually, Toraline brought up something earlier. I built a sled with a fellow. What's his name? So many people. There's this guy who like worked on a sled, and I came along and I wanted to work on it with him. We ended up making this super cool thing that you can like you get this sled, you sit in it, and you just down a mountain. It's like you can lean to steer it, and it's like the most fun I've ever had. I done it down the huge mountain, that 2-kilometer high massive mountain. Like we were just finding paths, and we all followed each other down. It was a blast. When we do the huge mountain podcast on a Wednesday, we'll do that, and we'll slide down right at the end. That's crazy.
That sounds like really fun.
Yeah, no, it is awesome, and that was done because of one of the Creator Jams. So the Creator Jams just like they promote such amazing creations. I think one of the last ones was like a retro theme or something, and they did like asteroids. That was really cool. I was talking to, I think it was Anomalous who was working on some of the asteroid stuff. You know, it's just like the creativity in the community and everyone like coming together on these weekly events. And what is it like? What Creator Jam are we on now? Like, are we in? I can't remember. We're looking up our friends list. People will be there, right?
We're like in the 30s of them, aren't we?
Yeah,
40.
no, it's
40.
Oh wow.
We're on Creator Jam 40, blimey. So that's 40 weeks in a row that creators have came together and done amazing things. And I think it's all documented. It's all like everything they've done is like in a is it in a world or is it in they're all published anyway. So you can like go to all of these worlds of amazing things. It's crazy.
And you can actually find some really cool stuff to like, keep in your inventory, fun little things.
Let's see. Hello, everyone from Russia, from the shores of Lake Baga. I wish you a good mood. I wish the author of the broadcast more subscribers to the channel. Subscribers? Well, we can get subscribers on here? I had no idea. That's awesome. Thanks,
I think
Runic.
we can only get subscribers when there is a, like, what is it called?
Partnership?
Affiliate? Like,
Yeah,
partner?
you can't do affiliate on here, I don't think. I think it's just straight to partnership. I checked it out. And this music's great. This is a great choice. I literally I searched up, hey, Vexento, and then it was like, all of Vexento's songs. And I'm like, yes! Give them to me. My, the playlist that I made here, I'll bring it over. This playlist, I literally just plugged in. This is a creation I made on one of the earlier days. I think it was during July, maybe after July a bit. I made this as a part of our Polylogics group. And Polylogics is like sort of similar to creator jams, but a permanent like gathering of developers. It's me, Hayden, Lewis, and Bomb. You know, we've just got like people. Sometimes, you know, to switch them out, people would like to come in and help and things like that. But this is one of the creations right here. Literally, all you need to do is post like put in the YouTube link or a YouTube playlist. It doesn't have to be a video; it can be a playlist, and it will just go through and import all of the contents of that playlist. Now, it is limited to 100 just because like the get request can only retrieve to 100, but now we have like the post strings and stuff, so I should be able to actually expand that. But you know, it's like that's how we got the music, is we literally just put in a playlist link, and there we go, we got a YouTube playlist right in here.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, often when during the Neos streams, I mean, when we drop this, I think everyone should go over to Neos VR on Twitch, because that's what Nex is doing at the moment. But what I do a lot of the times when you guys are streaming on Twitch, I normally sit inside my world, and I plug the link into my player, and I watch the stream there.
You can totally do that, yeah. You can just like watch live streams in Neos. This is what I mean, like when I say live in Neos, I mean like live in Neos. You can do pretty much anything. And once we get like share screen and web browser support inside of Neos, we're gonna be able to like literally do anything. We'd just be able to sit here and work in Neos on everything. Wait until the screen share, exactly. See? Even Fruix knows what's up. Like Fruix is obviously gonna be the one implementing this, so of course he knows what's up.
I just can't wait to like stream Animal Crossing from my Switch, like to in here. That'd be amazing.
Yes. I wanna like playing games like on other platforms as well because of like the screen sharing, getting like capture cards and stuff. Seeing me and Blender or Halo. Well, in Neos, absolutely. I'll be able to code I'll be able to code Neos in Neos, although the resolution sucks a bit right now. I want to run an Android emulator and make it usable on the phone in Neos. Wow, that's... I thought we already had like an Android build, I can't remember. Oh.
Yeah, I have access to that, I've just never tried it. I should probably check that out.
I think it's a bit out of date. I don't know if it's like fully supported right now.
No, I think Lucas means that they want to be able to use a phone that runs Android from within Neos.
Oh,
okay.
Like
no, I was actually chatting to Nex, because he has that. Nex has his phone that you can, hopefully when it's finished, you can call other people with that phone in Neos.
That's cool.
Bomb's working on
I was saying what would be so cool is if you could like tether WhatsApp with that, and you could actually video call people in real life with this phone in virtual reality. I mean, that would be crazy.
Vigilabo made that.
Oh, Vigilabo.
Vigil made that phone.
Raycats.
Yeah, props to Vigil then, man. That's incredible.
Let's see, Raycats. I like that Neos allows you to do nearly everything where you should. In VR, no switching between VR and desktop all the time. That's the hope. Like in the future, there should be absolutely like no switching. Everything should be done in VR. That's the idea. Maybe I'd be able to play a game for a few hours. And say that I'm testing the stability of the streaming feature. Well, it's not an excuse. You deserve breaks, Fruix.
Like 100%, man.
Thanks for the follow, Kind Crane. I think that's right. I'm not reading out the numbers. It's too many numbers.
You gotta read out the numbers. It's 316454.
That's what I was gonna say. No, but you butted in, so.
Yeah, excuses.
Even though the switch between VR and desktop will be seamless. Wait, what?
Yeah, that's true. So like later on, some of the planned features are to improve the builder tools inside Neos. And the improvement will actually be both for VR and desktop. We do plan on having a full desktop release. And it's going to basically give you sort of Unity style tools to build with. And it'll be a lot easier basically to like place objects, you know, if you choose to do so within desktop. You'll actually have that option. You just take off the VR headset and then it'll just seamlessly switch to desktop mode. You don't have to log out and restart. It'll be all right there for you. That's a later planned feature, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta have more discussions about this stuff. Is awesome. Grafus, boop, boops your snoot.
Yeah, man. I win for that tactical boop.
Tactical boop. Wait, is that you?
Yeah.
Aw, you got me. Snoots your boop.
Oh my goodness.
Go so you can easily transition. I had no idea. That's awesome.
Parker, I think that's illegal.
That's illegal. I don't know what meme that came from.
One of the things I did like back when I wasn't even a developer, I worked on. I was hearing this complaint like constantly. I was one of the first to really pick up Neos and stick around all the time. I was in here all the time. There's so many people that do that now, but back in 2019 there weren't many people on. When I first joined, only Aegis was online, and for days at a time there would only be 1 or 2 people switching out every few hours. But now, in today we're up to like 40 people online right now, and that's constantly high now. Like we've got so many people constantly on. And back when it was like not this popular, I kept hearing a complaint when people came in. There's no physics engine, UI sucks, and things like that. And it's like the thing about Neos is 1, it's early access, but 2, this allows you to do everything yourself. The complaint about there not being physics. You know what I responded to that with? I built a physics engine in Logix, and then I compacted it into something so fine that you could like have hundreds of them in a scene, and the only like hit to it is going to be like the network transport, because it's all reliable packets. Physics shouldn't really be on all reliable packets. There should be checks every now and again, but physics as a whole should be like simulated on a local user and then every few seconds resynced with the host. That's the idea of physics, at least, or not really synced with the host, but the owner of the physics object. You should show it sometime. It's really crazy to have that implemented in game. Exactly. I do want to show it. I do want to show the big one, but I actually have it like packed up in a little demo that I can actually spawn in. But I want to make sure we're going to keep this stream going smoothly. But yeah, I made this physics engine, and I showed it to Frugs, and this was running like thousands of colliders, doing like actual like gathering jobs and dynamic fixed updates to make sure that things weren't going through walls, and continuous collision detection. It was like a bunch of modules that went into this, and I just wanted to do that to prove to people we have everything. It's just a matter of how much effort you are willing to put in to learn, and how much effort you're willing to put in to build.
There is one important thing that I do want to throw in there. We are actually getting an update to our physics engine as well after the UI update. It might not be immediately after the UI update, but it'll be very soon. It'll probably be the next major update that'll be coming out.
Yeah.
So it'll be a lot easier. That way you don't have to actually like build logics into an object to create a physical object.
Yeah, I mean, Aegis said no. He made a 3D modeling device in Neos, which is flipping insane.
It's like, eventually we'll have 3D modeling tools in here, and we'll have sculpting tools, and I want to be a part of that process, and I want to build that with us. And that's the thing is, when I built the physics engine, when I got onto the team, one of the first nodes I built was a trajectory node, so we didn't have to do simulated physics for simple tasks like trajectories and like bullets and arrows and things. And now people are using that all the time. The trajectory node is like one of the most used nodes for physics simulations.
Yeah, and then Frugs just added that Lucas is making tools for the screenshot mode. Lucas is on desktop, and I've seen what he's done on desktop, and it's mind-blowing. He's managed to do so much.
Yeah, we had him in episode 0. We're not going to be publishing episode 0. Might take some clips from it, but we'll probably have like a discussion with Lucas at some point about like his desktop adventures, because he started off with this huge abomination of things that could lift up his arm and stuff, and it was impressive as all hell. But he's gone so much further with it since I last saw it, and I really do want to hear a comprehensive like insight on it. So if Lucas is going to be up for that, I absolutely want to go ahead and talk to him, have him on.
Yeah, Lucas is an absolute genius.
Absolutely.
Like, I can't wait to see what else he can make.
Not just Lucas though, like everyone who comes in here, even if they have no like programming background, they will come in and they will just pick it up immediately, just because of how intuitive like the visual scripting is in here, and how kind the community is, and how willing everyone is to learn and share their knowledge. Thanks for the sparks, Dan.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Oh, thank you, Danny.
They want to provide native tools with high flexibility and performance, but people can always build off those and or their own system. Exactly, like the amount of tools that the community has built for themselves. Like since Fruix added the tooltip multiplexer, the amount of like multi tools that people have been making just to make their work process faster. Like the thing about Neos, you could have done that before. It was a pretty botched job to do it, but you could do that before, and I had that before. Like Fruix added that to make it easier for people because there was a demand for it. Because people were already doing that. It's not like Fruix added something that's new. He just made it easier. That's the thing. It's like everything's possible right now.
And he just made that tooltip. I mean, I don't know any other tooltips because I just use the basic ones. But he just made that one with the slider that changes the tooltip.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean,
this thing I'd love to show off. One of our Japanese users actually created this dev tooltip that when you go ahead and like bring it beyond your head, boom, now it's a logic step.
Yeah, that's super
this
cool.
Thing.
It's so useful though, like the creative ways that people are coming out with it. I saw that the Japanese users made a sliding UI that you just like slide across. It has grabbable receiver surfaces on it, so you can like put stuff on the panels, swipe it to the side, and come back to it later, like a tool shelf, but bigger.
I think it's so cool.
It is really cool. I love it.
It is right here.
Oh, you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
There
Look
is
at
right
that.
there.
Ooh, awesome.
All of these panels have grabbable receiver surfaces on it, so you can just put whatever. Here, we got this cup right here. Let's see. Let's put this cup on there.
Yeah.
Plunk. Slide it
There
away.
you go. and then I can just like
Bam,
close it
gone.
up and
Bring it back later. Bring it back later. We don't need it right now.
And now you have to stay that avatar, Bob.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Hayden's got us here. I started Neos with no development experience, and now I'm a part of Polylogics. Now I'm working from the road through my VR. Though my VR cable went out. Oh wait, it did. That sucks. That actually really sucks. Yeah, no. And another thing is like Hayden got that VR headset from another member in the community, and that's I just love this community so much. I hope you can find a way to fix that. And actually, Electronus as well in the chat somewhere. He also got his headset from Nex, another member of the community. So well, Nex is the developer. Nexulan is like managing a lot of things, doing a lot of just bringing people in and stuff. Basically, one of the people like up here bringing everything together. Everyone helps build Neos, though. It's not just the developers. As I said, obviously I was part of the community at one point. I'm practically doing the same thing. I just have a little bit more access to things, but as far as like my actual contributions go, it's purely down to what I do inside of Neos in the community with the same tools that everyone has access to. My parents are still blown away by the community that the community was willing to help out this much. I just love it so much. This community is just unthinkably kind.
Yeah, it's such a friendly community.
Absolutely. I think Electrospy chipped in with that as well. Anyway, I've got another topic to talk about. So we've already spoken about self-expression, but after self-expression, obviously the actual experiences that you express yourself in. So within Neos, we don't just build avatars and talk to each other and look in mirrors all day. We go ahead and build experiences. Prop hunt, the creator jams, everything we've been talking about. These are things built real time in Neos as a community, built together. We do this like as a group. It's not just like, here, let's switch out to the Unity SDK and put something down, upload it 5 minutes later, let's test it. And one person has to work on that. Maybe if you have a Git project or a Unity collab, it's a bit easier, but it's nothing like doing it in real time in VR and just having that immediate response to things. So I think that's what accelerates the development so much, and why you can build such comprehensive experiences, and why it's so easy to learn. there's no building the game. There's no, like when I say building, I mean like compiling the game and then loading it up and then bringing people into a server. It's seamless. There's everything you do is done. We'll do a podcast on one of these days, probably on a Sunday. We'll just like build something. We'll come up with something to build and we'll build something. It doesn't have to be logical. It doesn't have to, like be something that people use. But if we build an experience, we'll build something in an hour.
Yeah, it's just so worth it to be able to like build within like VR, within the world that you're actually building currently. Because I mean, imagine if you're building a world in Unity and you have to upload it to whatever service you're using to show it, and you find a bug. Boom! Your upload time was just wasted. You wasted a lot of time just having to like try to get it set up in world just to find a bug. Then you have to go back into Unity, like open the project again, and then find the bug, fix it, and then close it, upload it. Well, close it, save it, upload it, and then you might find another problem. Whereas if you were to do that in VR, like within the world that you're building, I mean, it's just like seamless, bug fixing immediately. Like you're right there fixing the problem. You're moving a tree down that otherwise was floating in the air for some reason, that kind of stuff. It could have taken hours to do in Unity, but you could just do it in minutes here.
The real-time building in Neos is what sold it for me, and I've been here ever since.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's another thing. Bob's got a YouTube that he uploads a lot of this stuff to. He does a lot of NeosCast content like that, demonstrations. Actually, no, I do watch. That's right. You think I didn't? Yeah, I do. I in the background. I didn't say anything. I'm just that humble. I watch.
No, coffee.
Coffee is humble.
I'm humble.
Wait,
that's right.
Why does this not? There it goes.
I didn't know that Bob has a YouTube channel. You want to plug it?
No, I'm not gonna plug it.
You're not gonna plug it? All right.
No.
Bob's not gonna plug it.
I'll plug it.
No, there's no wall sockets here. I can't plug things in.
So we actually built an experience a while ago. Me, Hayden, Balm, and I think a few others helped out here and there. It was a project. It was called Huntsman, and it's like it's practically a demo. It's a demo of a game that we built together as a group, and we built it modular. We built it, to be scalable. So in the future, if we want to come back to it and make it huge, we can come back to it and make it huge. Switch out the modules as much as we like. And that's just one of the things that you can build things that are future-proof. Like the entire architecture of Neos is built to be expanded upon. It is not built to be set in stone. There is nothing that you can't configure.
I mean, shit. Right now, I'm actually creating a sleeping world, another one.
Yeah.
So I can have this. But yeah, no, because every now and again I sleep in VR because it's super nice and peaceful and relaxing, tranquil. So
it's actually quite amazing how many like ways that you can create a healing world. Like for you're making like a sleeping world where that can otherwise like help someone who's anxious when they're going to bed. Like I know I feel lonely when I go to bed, but if I have like a VR headset on, like just for the last few minutes while I'm awake, I don't feel lonely. I've even made another world. It's called 478. And that one is actually designed to help alleviate anxiety on its own through a breathing method. And it's basically for, 4 seconds in, 7 seconds hold, 8 seconds out. And people say it makes them dizzy, but, that's actually kind of the point. It actually, resets your brain a little bit.
The reason I found it so difficult to do that world is because when I spawned in for the first time, I read the sign, held my breath as the sphere expanded, and then my game froze.
Oh no!
So, I was just like, uh-oh.
Mr. Megatronic just actually mentioned something right now about how, what is it? TechCrunch posted an article about how virtual worlds would be more healthier for our current society than our current like media platforms. And I totally agree with them because I mean, on a lot of our media platforms at the moment, they're very like toxic, and a lot of negativity gets flourished there. In virtual, you can be who you want to be. I mean, there's no one judging you, so.
Yeah, and in Neos that's especially prominent. You know, the game's made by furries. Not all furries, but the game's made by furries, and if that doesn't invite a welcoming community, then I don't know what does. Like, the fact is that if a community is built around, you know, acceptance, then you know, that's just gonna make it so much better, just by default.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Fruix isn't a furry, he's a mango, but you know.
Yeah, he's a fluffy little mango.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
mean, Carol's the
actually,
furry.
one thing. Oh yeah, right, exactly. One thing I'd love to add on that topic, though, like what with social media and what it is now, you know, Twitter, Facebook, you're not actually talking to people. You're not actually like reading like what someone's saying. You're reading what someone has said, and it's not actually social interaction because it's like it's basically saying that like sending mail to someone is social interaction. In a way it is, but you're not actually sitting down and talking face to face with someone. And yeah, I feel like VR can really help that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're getting down to is like, it's not just about communication, it's not just about socializing, it's about the expression and the confidence that you can build with the character that you want to be. You know, you can be yourself and be a more confident self. You can be yourself and just feel better because, you know, you can. Yeah, I mean, there's less risk.
And that kind of stuff builds self-esteem, which is so important for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's one of the problems I've had for a few years is I've got really bad anxiety. I can't go outside. But recently, you know, because of Neos, you know, I was able to go see Carol in June. Carol's one of the founders of SolarX, and SolarX, you know, they create Neos, and it's sort of like the whole thing behind it, the company behind Neos. And you know, when I got to see Carol and I went outside for the first time in years, that was just magical to me. I was able to. The only reason I was able to do that is because I had such a passion for Neos, and Neos gave me the confidence. It gave me the experience that I needed in social interaction to be able to perform an act like that.
Yeah.
Great fuse. Cheers, man. Take care.
See you later.
I'll see you later, Griffiths.
So we have about 8 minutes left, and we're gonna wrap up here. So if there are any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, please do ask.
Yeah, not because we're running out of content. You know,
thank you.
We have so much content. We just want to make sure we get the questions first.
I have content right here.
Oh my goodness.
That's alcohol.
Alcohol? This is not alcohol.
I guess that is a fluid content.
This is data caches.
Would a furry mango be a peach? If so, would Fruix be a peach? No, because mangoes aren't peaches.
Yes, that is true. Very different flavors.
I mean, I've actually never had a mango. I had a peach before, but I haven't had a mango. No, I've had mango flavored things, but I've never had a mango. I've never had actual mango.
They're delicious. You should try one.
I've been told. I'm gonna make sure Fruix is okay with it. Oh, you know what we've been missing? Thanks for the sparks. Fiddly power.
Yeah, thanks
thank
to the
you.
sparks, man. Jeepers, you piling that. Oh, English goodness, pouring that stuff here.
I wonder if we can get mixer integration.
Yeah. Nudge,
Ooh, that would be nice.
Oh man. Oh, cool.
All we need is a node.
Mhm.
Just one node. Alright, 6 minutes. Let's start wrapping this up. It's been really fun though. I think it's been pretty good. Got a lot of things going.
That's great.
Like maybe we're doing another one on Wednesday. We don't know the time exactly yet. We'll probably say something about it at some time. Need to probable prime for the Secret Library. That's a good point. But yeah, we've got like on the Wednesday one, we've got a few ideas now. We've got the prop hunt. The prop hunt would be fun to have like 2 teams of like 3 or 4. That'd be good.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And if we're not doing prop hunt, if we can't find the people for it, I don't know. We'll probably climb the mountain, do something that we've already mentioned during the stream. We've got plenty to do, plenty of stuff to go through. And the next thing that will be similar to this will be on Sunday, same time, unless we change it because of the Creator Jam. Just conflicted with the Creator Jam accidentally.
Sorry, next.
Yeah. After this, please go check out the Creator Jam, NeosVR on Twitch.
Right. Yeah.
Also, if you're in the Discord, go check the live streaming chat channel.
Yeah. If is Next still streaming? 'Cause if so, we can just go ahead and post his.
I will check that now.
This has been really fun though. I've absolutely enjoyed this. Standing up for an hour has been exhausting.
Yeah, he's still on.
See you guys later. You did a one. Thanks, so.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Not sure how many shared in between both of them.
Philip, thank you again for the 1,000 sparks.
Thanks, man. Hey, you're king, dude.
You have a okay. We'll find teams. We'll get it all going. Trying to debug the thing. The thing.
Wait, we gotta do this one more time, guys.
I'm sorry. I doubled.
Hell yeah.
I doubled down. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's alright. I'll equalize it out. There we go.
Oh.
Did you double?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, this was a lovely
Have
stream,
a great
guys.
day, guys. Have an absolutely fantastic day.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you guys for watching.
Should we do an outro? This has been your bi-weekly dose of everything. Your weekly, bi-weekly news.
Hello,
Don't worry,
everyone.
you'll get
This
this
is
someday.
your daily dose of internet.
Hello, everyone.
this has been
your...
This has been your bi-weekly dose of everything Neos. I got it. There we go. We got it.
Hey, sweet.
See, I didn't mess up the intro because I had like 20 minutes to rehearse it in my head. Excellent stream, guys. Thanks, Philip Hour.
Yeah, thank
Lucas
you.
Rowe. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for watching. It was awesome. Thanks for watching, Fruits. Yes, my true form. I can finally relax.
Gosh darn it, it's in your face. I can't click it.
Bi-weekly dose of Neos.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness. Why the wide face?
That's alright.
Can you fit through door frames like that?
So the pod's over, but I feel like just sitting around for a minute.